impressions on Vaultbreaker. Pretty good. Which is actually a lot coming from someone who mostly plays PvP. Um, hello, I'm Dimango, and I mostly duo with my nephew, which I got onto Marathon for PvP also. And we've been very, very interested in Vaultbreaker. A little bit of a background for us. We are like mostly playing Marathon for the PvP and have been like doing all the vaults as a duo, filling with randoms until Vault 6. We recently got our Vault 6 key, which is very nice, but have been like very dreading like committing to it. So, that's the scene. We are PvPers. We are like really, really, really wanting to do Vault 6 because that's like one of the few things left that we really want to like get done in Marathon. So the mid-season update comes out. And what is in Vault Breaker that you can get with tier 2 currency? The Vault 6 key, which is like already quite crazy. So we were thinking, all right, we need to grind this mode, and we did. As you can see with the footage of like what I did last night, we didn't get really far yet, but I have some interesting impressions. First things first is one thing that we were really sad about in this season was the like early progression didn't hit the same as season 1. Season 1, you were like gray shield, you were like hiding from bots, and if you see someone with a green shield, you actually like gave them respect. In this season, it kind of jumped to blue shield being like the norm, and then maybe a purple shield excited you from time to time, which was not necessarily how I like the progression to go. But in Vaultbreaker, you start with a sponsored kit and just feel the like tension of the bots once again, which I really liked, and which really caught my nephew and one of our friends that were in Marathon, that we made in Marathon actually. Um, really, really, really like it was a very humbling experience for them. Let's put it that way. They got down a lot and all that kind of stuff. So I'm quite surprised that Vaultbreaker can like brings tension for a PvP player that we didn't have before. Granted, the mode is actually quite forgiving. You find a lot of healing and consumables everywhere, but it really like drives home that you have to scavenge, you have to loot, you have to do everything you can. Also, ignore me getting like absolutely destroyed by like 4 ghosts because my nephew just ignored them as assassin and didn't think they would be an issue. Anything and everything is an issue with gray shield, especially ghosts. But that's beside the point. We really can see the vision, honestly. Like, it's definitely like still just cryo, but I like the scavenging and like doing stuff like better and better and better and optimizing it. It's really like giving like making my brain like spin and like having the gears turn. How I can like optimize my routes and everything, but like how and like what do you even want from Vaultbreaker? Because I've been like yapping about the Cryo 6 key, so I should probably like bring up the most important part in Vaultbreaker that you want to get out, because you don't get loot from it, which is actually a big thing for us. We really like loot, and we mostly play to just get gold gear from other people. So like, what do you get from Vaultbreaker? None of the items you pick up except this stuff, which I like to call red candy. This stuff is mostly to just upgrade your kit. So you don't have a gray kit anymore that makes you just insta die against ghosts. Great. But there's something even more important, which I alluded to with the Vault 6 key. The same thing in blue. But like, this is what we need for the Vault 6 key. And it's very interesting how they did it. This currency you only get from completing like multiple volts in a run. If you do one volt, it's great. You can get currency to upgrade your gear. But if you get multiple volts, you get this like tier 2 currency, which can be used for all sorts of things, which I can actually show you. When you go to the armory, there's a Vaultbreaker tab, which actually confused us at the beginning. We didn't know that this tab existed, but hey, you live and you learn. And on the right side, you can see a bunch of upgrades, which are mostly for the tier 1 currency. But the tier 2 currency, as you can see, has a bunch of vault keys, a bunch of uniques, and even stronger upgrades. And there's the key tier Cryo 6. Let's put it that way. And man, really wanna get it. But I find it very interesting that the upgrades that you get with the tier 2 key just makes it so that the grinding gets easier and easier. You start with batteries, you get the credentials for the different vaults. If you don't know how the vaults work, definitely look up other creators, because like knowing how they work makes it so much faster. You can spread out, you can do all that kind of stuff, but early on, for like tips I can give as someone who really knows cryo and did Vaultbreaker a good amount at this point, without like overwhelming you with like a bunch of mumbo jumbo about like how to do vaults, good tips I can give: get the backpack instead of the shield. Like the shield is nice, but you get a lot of healing items in the run, which means you kind of just like can top off all the time, and as long as you have a teammate going down, it's actually not that bad. But currency and ammo and healing, your inventory is precious. You need that backpack. So I really, 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 really recommend just getting the backpack as the first upgrade you can. For like a more advanced tip, I actually have something really cool. If you specifically play Destroyer, you can get the upgrade to get enhanced implants. Don't get the deluxe one, the enhanced ones. Because the enhanced implants of Destroyer have everything to do with his ult. Extending it, getting it back faster, doing more damage the more rockets hit. And if two of you have this, the chance that you get like, oh, you deal more damage when the rocket hits, or oh, your ult gets extended the longer, like the more bots you kill with it, it makes it so much easier. Because most of the like Vault, like second Vault objectives need you to do like kill a boss, and like if you really want to push it and get to Vault 3, you definitely not Vault 3, the third Vault, let's put it that way. If you want to do the third Vault in a run, you and you have to do Cryo 6 potentially, you definitely want to kill a boss as quickly as possible, because Cryo 6 probably has you kill a boss, but after Cryo 6 you get to the goddamn compiler, which, what else would you need than two beefy boys that have like their ult constantly up? So highly recommend not going for the deluxe, keeping it open and just having you and maybe a buddy be Destroyer and like insta deleting the boss in like one ult cycle. Huge recommendation that I came up with. Actually, I kept hovering over the enhanced cores. Sorry about that. But yeah, those are my impressions on Vaultbreaker. It was a little scatterbrained, but like that's what happens if you just got off playing and are excited to talk about it. But yeah, I might have more tips actually down the line. I'm like racking my brain and like spamming my nephew with ideas how we could like optimize Vaultbreaker. And I really want to get to the compiler today, which I might make another small video about. But these are like my scattered little impressions, and we will see. We will see where our marathon goes. I'm very excited, and I hope you guys also are excited and try out Vaultbreaker. If you never touch Cryo, please just try out Vaultbreaker. getting the pings in the game mode of like where batteries are, where terminals are, and the like little quest thingy telling you how the vault works is like a huge learning thing that I feel like most people didn't really feel like they got when they load into cryo, because if you don't look at videos, there's probably just gonna be some crew fill teammate that is gonna like tell you the steps but not make you like learn the steps. So I feel like this Vaultbreaker mode is like really good for like getting people there. Anyways, mango out, and that's my video.